Good afternoon and welcome to the Cuddy Center. Here at the Cuddy Center in Wingate, North Carolina, it's the 2014 NCAA Southeast Region Volleyball Tournament first round action here between the number 3 seed USC Aiken and the number 6 Carson Newman. All set to get things going here as the teams have taken the floor. All the starters are out there. Carson Newman coming into this one with a 26-6 record overall. USC Aiken coming in at 21-8. Kyle Dawson and Brent Hager here bringing you the action live. Is USC Aiken making its first tournament appearance since 2007. A strong year in Peach Belt Conference play. Sheila Walsh serves it in, and we are underway. Eagles go far side, and that one will go in the books as a kill. So first point for Carson Newman. Serve in off of the net cord. Pacers look to go to work offensively. Ashley Diedrich's attempt stopped by the Eagles. Sheila Walsh the setup for Hannah Tierney. That one blocked in front. Pacers will try Taylor Stratton, and that one goes wide. Pacers go back to work this time. Stratton going finesse over the top, but the Eagles are there defensively. We'll see another attempt from Stratton. The Eagles now getting into the net there. Will have a violation, so Pacers on the board. It's 2-1 Carson Newman. And we'll see Katie Toman checking in as she replaces Stratton. Toman will head back to serve. Short serve, and the Eagles can't handle it.
Right now for USC Aiken, the most part of it was just them getting the first point of the tournament. That's going to break some of the nerves they had going in there. This is a team that's never been to the tournament, had advanced to the conference tournament 2 years ago to the finals, but has never seen the postseason, so this is a big deal for them.
Yeah, so maybe just a little bit of jitters to get out of the way in the early going. That serve will find an opening. So that will be an ace for Rachel Harper as she puts Carson Newman on top 4-2, and she'll go ahead and serve it again. That one again getting a little bit of help from the net court. Another low serve. And so Harper dealing aces here back to back.
And a lot of that right there is, Katie Thomas now moved up a little bit, and Monica Cardona's going to take over in that spot.
And another low serve. Sean Hodson gets to it in the lower corner. Diedrich going cross court, a steep angle, and out. So Pacers will be on the right side of your screen in the red and white. Carson Newman rather, in the gray, as we had an attempt there at the net come up short. Pacers leaving it in the net, so 7-2 now. The Eagles on top. Another serve into the net, but played by the Pacers, and a kill in the books for Diedrich.
And really right now, the offense revolves around the Southeast Region Player of the Year is Ashley Diedrich. You know, get her going, and everything else is going to fall into place.
It was a nice job there by Sheila Walsh up front, too, as another serve found the net. That one actually ruled to have been long, as Diedrich thought she had a kill there, and I think Glenn Cox may be contesting that
because
at the
line judge signaled it was in, and he was overruled by the head judge.
So 8-2. Eagles on top. Diedrich dials back the power a little bit, finds an open spot in the middle of the floor.
And that was right directly into the campfire, is what they call it, right where everyone's looking at it, and it's right in the middle of the court.
So that will send Hannah Tierney back to serve.
And a free ball over there for the Pacers, and Sheila Walsh does her thing and is able to sit there, not look, and is able to get the kill.
So this will keep the serve over there with Tierney, as the Pacers now within 4. Harper came up to play the serve. That one, an attempt from Jenna Wilson. But the Pacers have it now. That one will go long. Pacers go middle for Allie Johnson, but again, the defense there. This time Sheila Walsh with the setup in the middle. Hodson over the top.
Right now, Sean Hodson's been playing really well as of late and is able to go to the front row now because she's earned sort of the spot. She's lost a little bit of that throughout the season, but she's worked her way back up, having strong defensive games. She's one of the smartest players on the team. And
Hodson, a player who has logged more sets than just about anybody. Coming into the Peach Belt tournament, she was actually the team leader in sets played.
I mean, that's just because she is one of the smartest players that we've had in the program, and one of the smartest players in the Peach Belt, actually. Great defensive player and just a great all-around knowledge.
And she gives you a little bit of versatility when she's out there as well, able to do a lot of different things.
Absolutely. She's a smart passer. You know, when she attacks, she's smart to where to play the ball, as you could just see. But right now, Ashley Diedrich is tearing it up.
And Ashley Diedrich has such a difficult serve to defend. It's a hard topspin serve, and it's down for an ace, and quickly now, 9-8.
It's almost like when she tosses it up, she comes across and hits it to where it's like a curveball. It goes across the court, and you just can't stop it because of the speed and the spin on the ball.
And, I mean, we've seen it give players fits all year long. And when the serve is on, she can spend a lot of time back there serving. That one didn't have the dip to it. It carries long. So the ball will go back over to Carson Newman. 10-8, the Eagles lead. The serve coming in from Lindsay Wells. It's a high serve. The Pacers get to it right in the middle. Hodson throws it across. Defensively, though, the Eagles are there. Chance at a free ball here for Carson Newman. It'll be Harper. That one deflected in front by Johnson. Walsh, the setup behind her for Diedrich. That one not deflected. It is long.
And, you know, now she's going to get her swing. She's, you know, she might be longer than a few here or there, but she's going to make more than she's going to miss.
Pacers back to work this time for Hodson. Went cross court, but dug out by the Eagles, and one played right over the top. As that was Kyrie Pennington. Eagles back on top by 4. That serve stays with Wells. Coming up to get it was Monica Cardona. Hodson going corner, and she finds the line.
And she splits both defenders. They both thought it was out, and they look right down. It's right between them, right on the line. Great shot by Hodson.
Nice placement from her. She'll head back to serve. See this one set up right in the middle for Harper, and she buries it. So this will give the serve back to Pennington. 13-9, Eagles on top here in set one. Diedrich watches that fly right over her head.
And she wanted to go ahead and make a play on that, but she made the right move and just ducked down.
Yeah, at the last second, ducked and let it go, and it was the right call. Cardona will serve, a long serve, and it takes a wayward bounce as that one hit Wells and went immediately to her right. So Cardona will serve it up once more. One set up right in front of the net for Kiana O'Neal. The Pacer defense is there. Diedrich will get the kill.
Diedrich right there, such a smart player, and she had a little bit of all-speed hit right there. Most of the time you're looking for her to power the ball, even from behind the 10-foot line, but she just dropped it right in. They can't handle it.
Yeah, and this one, I mean, we are on a basketball court right now. She put that one right at the top of the key, right there at the three-point line. Perfect placement. This one coming in from Harper, blocked in front by Walsh and Tierney. And that one was actually sent back across by Cardona. Walsh dumps it in. Kristen Pickett got a hand on it, so Pacers with another shot, and Tierney puts it away.
And it was a great job by Tierney, but Sheila Walsh is so dynamic at the front. She's able to set the ball, to her teammates, but she's probably one of the smartest kids in the league in terms of being able to go and attack the ball where none of the other setters do that.
Taylor Stratton will hit that one off of the front line. Harper with a shot at it, but Diedrich is there in the corner. Here is Hodson going down to get it. Was Wells, a deflection in front. Tierney and Stratton got a hand on it, but it stayed down. So 14-13 the lead for Carson Newman. We'll see Eileen Anderson check in. She'll head back to serve. Anderson serve, looking for that back line. Diedrich played it. The setup for Stratton on the far side. Thought she had a kill, but the Eagles got to it. Walsh will try Stratton's way again on the low side, but deflected in front. That one thrown across by O'Neal. She'll get another shot at it. This time we see Jenna Wilson put that one away. So Eagles back on top by 2, and Wilson at 6'2" in the middle, able to put the necessary leverage on that one.
And she's the type of player that Peach Belt people, or USC can not see too often in the Peach Belt. You have a couple players here and there, but not like Wilson.
And we'll get the kill given to Walsh there. She was able to dump that one in. It looked like the Eagles had kept another one alive, but that one ruled to have touched the floor.
And just a moment ago, Sheila Walsh surpassed her 1,000th assist for the season for the first time in her career.
And she is back to serve now. Pacers trailing 15-14 here in set number 1. She'll set this one up for Tierney. That one was blocked in front by Wilson. They'll try Harper's way, and Harper will get the kill. So Kristen Pickett, Carson Newman's senior setter back there to serve. Hodson comes over to get it. Walsh sets behind her for Stratton, and there's the kill.
They're ready to get Taylor Stratton going. She's one of the ones that is able to produce it off of momentum. So you get her a couple kills early, and she's great for the rest of the match.
(16-15). Tierney with the deflection in front. She'll throw another one back over off of the bounce, but Pickett got to it. Stays on the Eagles' side, though, so Pacers tie it up at 16 apiece. Toman high serve. Eagles come up to get it. The setup for Wilson, and she puts it away. Wilson, a senior from Rancho Cucamonga, California, coming Carson Newman's way from UC Santa Barbara. And You don't suit up for the Gauchos if you can't play. That one in the antenna. So point for the Eagles. It's 18-16. Carson Newman on top.
And Coach Cox looking for an explanation right there, thinking that it was tipped by Carson Newman, but getting no reprieve from their officials.
See, this one will come in from Harper. That low serve, Toman doing a better job of getting it to it that time around. Hodson will go for the corner, but Taylor Lowe was there. That one blocked in front by Tierney.
Tierney is one of the top 5 in USC Aiken history in terms of blocks. Just an absolutely special kid, and she's been injured a lot of the season, but when she's on, she is a tough person in the middle.
And that's where we see a lot of the momentum plays for the Pacers. It's when it's Tierney and also Diedrich down there getting the blocks up front that seems to really get the team fired up. And a shot from Wilson kept in play here is Hodson, but getting to that was Harper. They'll try Wilson's way one more time, and she buries it in the middle. So Eagles back on top by 2. Low the serve. Toman is there in the middle. Walsh behind her. Diedrich deflected in front. Kiana O'Neal and Kyrie Pennington getting to that. We'll see a timeout taken by Glenn Cox. 2017 is the Carson Newman lead. And the Pacers have really played from behind throughout this entire set after falling behind early. Now we're getting sort of to crunch time here with just a few points remaining.
And this is a time where the USC Aiken typically thrives in the last 2 points of the set. They haven't taken the lead at all today. They've tied it a few times, but Carson Newman was able to make a run at the start. And every time that USC Aiken makes the run to tie the game, they get a point or two ahead. And so it's been a little bit tough for them, but a lot of it, I think, is the jitters that comes with being in the NCAA tournament for the first time for these kids.
Yeah, it seems like that 2-point cushion has really been a constant for the middle and later stages of this set, as it seems like anytime the Pacers appear poised to tie it up or possibly even take the lead, Carson Newman's able to reel off a couple in a row. Pacers will have to make a run of their own here.
They typically do. I mean, they're a team that has only lost 8 times all season long, so they've been in this situation before and come from behind to be able to take the sets and matches.
So both teams back out on the floor after the timeout. Taylor Lowe set to serve it in. Hodson receives it. Walsh for Johnson, blocked in front. The Pacers keep it alive for a moment, but could not throw it back across. Lowe serving with a 4-point lead and gives one right back to the Pacers as that one went long.
And just as you talked about how those blocks are such huge momentum plays, this is service error like that can really get another team going in a heartbeat.
And we also saw the Eagles maybe getting a little bit fired up after some strong net play of their own, and that can take the wind out of your sails as well just by having a serve go long. Difficult play, Diedrich.
And they call a double a little bit late after.
That was a very late call for a double after Carson Newman had already touched it once.
Right. No explanation there on that. But if the official saw it, then it's a good call.
Well, and it happened directly in front of him. It's maybe, you can understand the call, but it's just, the timing of it.
Right.
So the lead is back to 4 at 22-18. Walsh pushed that across. We see the setup for O'Neal, but blocked in front by Johnson. Here is Harper. Diedrich kept it alive. A scramble for it. That was Pennington. Diedrich back there defensively. Pacers will go Hodson's way. That one's still alive. As we'll see Walsh go for Hodson up over the top and down.
And with Hodson, you can tell when she's on the outside like that coming in. Just her approach, you can tell if she's going to slam it down or if she's going to tip it. And from up here, it's easy to tell that she's going to tip that ball.
22-19, Hodson to serve. Low serve, that one tipped over by Pickett. Here is Johnson. Let the Eagles keep it in play. Here's Harper. Cardona back there defensively. This time the Pacers will go Stratton, and she finds the exact same spot Hodson did.
if the play works, you might as well keep running until they can stop it. And the way that Carson Newman's defense is set up, it leaves an open spot right behind the block.
We'll see if the Pacers can crack that 2-point barrier. It's 22-20. High set up, Stratton, and that one is off the hand of Wells and down. So a run here from the Pacers will prompt a timeout from Carson Newman.
And Stratton was smart on that play where instead of going to the block, she kind of tools it off of him and is able to get the kill on that. So excellent job by her.
So Pacers able to reel off a few points in a row. It's now 22-21. Eagles holding on to a lead here in the first set. But Pacers, showing some fight here.
And like we talked about, volleyball is such a game of momentum. Hypothetically, if USC can loses but rallies back to pull within, 2 at the end of the set, it can carry over to the second and third, fourth sets and come out victorious. We've seen a lot of that happen throughout the season where a team will get down and just reel off the last few points and maybe not be able to win the first set, but goes in and helps with the rest of the match. However, hopefully USC can go ahead and get the last, 4 points of this set and take it first set.
Now trailing by just 1 here. As we've got just the last few seconds winding away on the timeout clock. Hodson is set to serve it in with the whistle. We're ready. So the ball in play, and it's an ace for Sean Hodson.
And it was like a knuckleball because it did not move at all in the flight, and everyone just stood there waiting for it to come deeper, and it just dropped suddenly.
Oh, all tied up here at 22s. Eagles going far side. O'Neal, and we have the violation. Pacers are on top.
First lead of the game for USC Aiken. Forces another quick timeout, which is a huge momentum boost for USC Aiken.
Yeah, Pacers are on a 6-2 run right now. We saw them looking at that 20-17 deficit just moments ago. But the Pacers have put a run together.
They have, and part of it's because of mistakes by Carson Newman, but it's going to happen during the course of the match. But the service error that gave USC Aiken the serve was probably the momentum changer, I think. And once USC Aiken got the next point, it's been something of great things to watch. The coaches can look at the timeouts 2 different ways. Where one is going to, calm your team down, and you hope to stop the momentum, but lots of times it fires the other team back up by you calling the timeout. So hopefully, USC Aiken will continue with it been doing it for the past 8 points.
And Pacers with 6 service aces in the first set. There's O'Neal, and she ties it up for the Eagles. We'll see a substitution made here in time for the serve. This will be Sarah Fairley as she came in for Pennington. Again, all tied up at 23. Walsh dumps that in. The Pacers are looking at set point.
And Sheila Walsh, you could just tell she was getting ready. She wasn't sure if she wanted to set the ball or dump it over, but falling back like that, she only had one option. That's to shoot it down the line. Carson Newman made the mistake of playing the ball, but great job by Sheila.
Monica Cardona will serve for the set. Go far side. Harper. Cardona gets to it. Here is Stratton. That one off the net and back. So it'll take more than 25 in set number 1 as we're all even at 24s.
Stratton left a little bit late on that. Great pass by Sheila, but Stratton came up a little bit short on there.
See this one set up. Tierney in the middle. Eagles ready for it defensively. Maybe a little miscommunication on that Eagle side. 2 players going for that. As we'll see that one put away. 25-24 now as Jenna Wilson got to that. So we'll see another timeout taken here. As the Eagles have responded with 2 straight points of their own. to take the 25-24 lead. So Carson Newman will be looking at a set point when we come back from timeout. Carson Newman coming out of the huddle about 40 seconds into that timeout. Pacers hanging around a little bit longer. So serving for the set is Anderson. That one was long. Diedrich did play it. Stratton throws it over, but Anderson came up. That one put away. That is set number one. As that was kill number 5 of the set for Wilson. So a 26-24 victory in the opening set for Carson Newman. And a terrific first set for Wilson. 5 kills. She ended up hitting 556.
And they've done a great job. And 6'2" is tough to defend. Watch Cox sit there and try to back off the block a little bit to give her a little bit of a disadvantage, but she's trying to hit it straight behind them. So just being off of that, just a tiny bit's going to be able to help them pop the ball up and help the back row.
So almost set here for set number 2. And Carson Newman taking set number 1, 26-24 here in this opening round match at the NCAA Southeast Regional Tournament. We're in Wingate, North Carolina at Cuddy Arena. This is the 3-6 matchup in round number 1. The winner advancing to play the 2-7 winner. That'll be between Armstrong State and Lenore Rhine. In play, Ashley Diedrich blocked in front.
And Carson Newman right now is really teaming up on Ashley Diedrich, not letting her get a good shot. But for USC, maybe they need to spread the ball around a little bit more in order to open up Diedrich.
See Cardona going Diedrich's way here, trying to find the middle, and that one dunked by Tierney.
Tierney's so quick up front just to be able to see the ball going over, and she has a chance at it. She just smacks it down. Just outstanding play by her.
Yeah, as Taylor Lowe had dove for the ball, and it popped up right in front of Tierney, and she was able to slam it home. So 1-1 here in set two. That one thrown across by Harper. Katie Toman there on the back line. Diedrich will try again. It goes cross court and finds the line.
That's not only one of the toughest shots to defend, but one of the toughest to hit. Just going cross court inside the 10-foot line.
Kept alive by Walsh as Lauren Santarelli looked to have found some space. She'll try again, and she's got a kill. And she slammed that one home on the far side. Serve coming in from Harper. The low, hard serve taken by Cardona. There's another kill for Diedrich, and you can see her getting fired up a bit.
And that could be a great thing for USC Aiken and a detriment for Carson Newman.
Yeah, when Ashley Diedrich looks to drop the hammer, get out of the way. 3-2 the lead here. That one blocked in front. Johnson and Hodson both getting a piece of it. We'll give the kill to Kyrie Pennington. We're all tied up at 3 now. Pacers going far side. Hodson off the front line and out. So point for the Pacers. And here's where we could see some momentum build for the Pacers as Diedrich is serving. Handled well by the Eagles. Harper sent a shot across. Johnson going wide.
And although Johnson missed that one wide, she typically goes to her left. So being able to spread everybody out and go to the right a couple of times is going to be able to open up her sweet spot on the left side of the court.
Johnson really a model of efficiency on the offensive end for the Pacers. So we'll see her go back to work here. That one, though, Harper was back for it, and O'Neal leaves it in the net. So Pacers on top, 5-4. We see that serve rides the net cord, but Kristen Pickett kept it alive. That attempt from Harper goes long. See that one dumped in by Pickett, but Diedrich was there. Hodson finds some space.
Really, if you're UC Aiken, you're going to sit there and just keep tipping it over and over and over until they start to bring up, and that's going to open up the corners for them to go ahead and hammer it home down the line.
Yeah, it looks like right now, the Eagles daring the Pacers to beat them in the middle, and they're doing just that. As we see that attempt from Pennington look good, but caught the antenna. So is that extra blocker up front helping the Pacers out? The lead has swelled to 4. They'll try O'Neal's way. Stratton and Johnson get a piece of it on the far side. Here is Diedrich looking back line. Harper there. This time Pennington, but Cardona comes up to play it. Dumped in Walsh, and it's a 5-point lead. We'll see a timeout taken by Carson Newman as the Pacers have come out firing here in set number 2. So Pacers wasting little time in the huddle during that timeout. They're ready to keep this hot streak rolling. Back in play. Hodson gets the ace off the net cord.
And that right there is the largest lead for USC Aiken ever in NCAA tournament history, from as far as we can tell from our records.
Yeah, 6 points the lead here early in set number 2. Hodson serve played that time, but Pennington left it in the net. So we'll revise that statistic quickly, and now we see the largest lead.
We hope to revise that a lot today.
That is the goal. Hodson looking to keep that alive, as Hodson has 2 of the Pacers' 7 aces back there serving. This one set up. Diedrich slaps that across. Eagles get to it. Set up Johnson in front, blocked O'Neal. Walsh with the dump.
And I'm almost speechless about Sheila Walsh's play. Just absolutely dynamic, being able to set it to the right people and also being able to shoot it to the corners and the gaps. Unbelievable play by her.
5 kills, 5 digs, 13 assists for Walsh. Off to a great start, but ending the hot streak is Fairley. So it is now 12-5 Pacers here in set number 2.
And Walsh very well could be on her way to a triple-double, which would be her second of her season.
And we saw her get one against King on September 6th down there in Newberry.
And she almost had 2 other triple-doubles later in the week, but missed it by a kill one game and 2 kills but in another game. So just a dynamic all-around player.
Monica Cardona serving. Pacers on top by 8. They'll go for Harper. That one a little bit in front of her. She was ranging to her left. Here is Tierney. Getting to that, though, was low. Pacers maybe with a free ball look. Stratton. That one kept alive, though. Let's see. Hodson plays it on the back line. Dumped in Walsh again, but the Eagles maybe learned from the last couple. Here is Tierney. That one deflected in front. The rally continues. That one sent sort of opposite way by Harper. That'll be a point for the Eagles.
And the Pacers are looking for the double call on the set about halfway through the point, but weren't able to get it.
Eileen Anderson serving. Pacers up 13-6. Taylor Stratton right through the middle.
It's officially known as the peekaboo play from USC, again, similar to what they did in dodgeball.
Taylor Stratton slightly more effective than White Goodman back there.
Just a little bit. She can jump higher and hit a little bit harder.
Her 5th kill of the match. She's hitting .308 right now, and a savvy move there from Pickett. Going behind the head to dump that one in. And we'll see Lawrence Santarelli come back in and head to the front line. Pickett going back to serve. 14-7, the USC Aiken lead. A free one here for Santarelli. Tierney looking for the corner there, but Pickett got to it. That one set up on a tee for O'Neal. Brought the power, but Diedrich was there. That attempt does go long. That point goes to Carson Newman. Pacers up 6. Walsh for Diedrich, and there's the power from Ashley Diedrich.
And you see them setting up a double block. That's not going to cut it against Ashley Diedrich in the middle. She's going to be able to come around and find the corners when you have the doubles because everyone else is playing right behind them. So it opens up the corners for her.
And it's her 6th kill. We'll go Santarelli's way, and that one goes long. That one nearly hitting the South Atlantic Conference logo over there near the paint. 8-point lead. Toman goes short with the serve, but Lowe got to it. Set up O'Neal. Check that. That's Wilson back in. So another kill for Wilson. This is Sean Hodson, but right there was Harper. We'll go Santarelli's way, blocked in front. That's Hannah Tierney.
And, Hodson also gets credit for the block on there. And you don't expect to see her because she's one that doesn't jump nearly as high as her. But, again, she's the smartest player, closes her arms like she should, be able to force the ball over.
And we'll see Walsh do a lot of the same as well. Those are a couple of players you don't expect to see in there getting blocks, but because they know the placement so well and they're in the right position, they find their way into a lot of them. (17-10) the lead. It'll now be 17-11 on an error.
You're going to have that. It was a tough set for her. She was already out of bounds, but she's trying to hit it back in.
Serve comes in. Walsh sets it up. Diedrich behind her, right between the defenders. Another kill for Diedrich.
If she gets going, it's going to be a bad day for Carson Newman. This was Diedrich. She had a few errors to start the match. She has 6 right now, but she's got 7 kills now. She's on the roll.
See, that one does find the floor.
She had the service ace, and it hit off the girl's arm, then the face, and the other girl's face. I mean, you can't really do anything better than that.
That's, got to be ideal if you're the one serving to be able to do that with it. This one's set up right in front of the net. Going over the top with it was O'Neal, but the Pacers get it back for Hodson. It is deflected. Pacers right back with it. Diedrich.
And Diedrich is just looking like the region player of the year right now. She's coming in. She's being able to shoot across the court, down the line, tipping the ball, and serving the ball.
Doing everything right now, and she's back there to serve again with a 9-point lead. That one rides the net cord. Ends up on that back line, but there's a kill for Harper.
And you typically don't see that from the back line, but USA can think they're going to be a free ball typically over the net. But it was a smart move by Carson Newman.
And Harper, we saw her with the low serves that had, that low downward trajectory, just barely over the net. She does it again from the back line. And we'll see one in the books for Fairleigh, as it's now 2013 Pacers. See Diedrich try again. That one gets a piece of the net. Here's Harper, blocked in front, but kept alive as Johnson got all of that one. That one, little Plinko wall off the scoreboard and sent out of play by the Eagles.
We're not used to that because at USC Aiken, the scoreboard is so high in the ceiling, it doesn't typically go off the scoreboard. But here, it's the lower ceiling, lower scoreboard. So everything's in effect, whether it's the scoreboard.
Well, this almost resembling the volleyball facility at the University of South Carolina with a low ceiling, and you will see balls bounce around upstairs up there. But first time seeing one hit a scoreboard. This is Taylor Stratton, far side, blocked in front by Kiana O'Neal.
And as soon as Stratton went up there and started to tip the ball, she knew that she should have tried to power it home past him, but you're going to make a mistake here and there.
At that point, yeah, that one just left a little too low, and O'Neal was right there ready for it. Still, though, Pacers up by 7. This one for Johnson. Eagle defense there. Pickett tries to throw that one behind her head. This one going wide from Stratton. Johnson was in the middle, but Lowe was there defensively. Harper went a little off speed. Pacers came up to get it. They'll try Harper on the low side again, and that one had maybe a little bit of left to right spin on it as well, as that one knuckled around in there and stays down. So Eagles not going quietly. It's 21-16. Stratton over the top.
And they go back to what's working, which is tipping the ball over while everyone else is playing back to protect the lines. And sometimes you just need that one play to stop the momentum from them and go ahead and get 3 of the next, say, like 13 points to be able to win the set.
Yeah, Pacers enjoying the campfire once again, so to speak. Now with a 6-point lead. This one for Harper. Hodson right on target on the back line. That one from Diedrich off of low and high. We'll see a kill there for Sarah Fairley.
And Tierney nearly had a solo block on that, but just about 3 inches too far back behind the net, so it stayed on their side.
The lead back to 5. Serve comes in. Pacers able to put one away, getting one back. We'll see the timeout taken by the Eagles as USC Aiken is holding a 23-17 lead here in set number 2.
This is much more accustomed to what we're seeing USC can play throughout the season. They had a little bit of spurt where Carson Newman got on a little bit of a run, but USC Aiken had built up enough lead to the start of the set, so it's, they're just trying to ease through and win the set and focus on their third set here in a minute.
Yeah, certainly easier to weather a 3 or 4 point run when you're already up by maybe 8 or 9 versus when it's a little bit tighter. So.
Exactly, and this is much the first time we were, when Carson Newman won that run and we went on a 4 or 5 point run to get back and tie the game. It's almost like we spent all the momentum possible trying to tie the score. We're here. This is the exact opposite, where Carson Newman's struggling to tie the score, and as long as we get 2 of the next 10 points, we're okay.
So maybe a player to watch on the Carson Newman side as they look to come back from this deficit would be Jenna Wilson. We haven't called her name much in set number 2. She's got 1 kill in this set after 5 in the first. Walsh sets it up for Diedrich. That one kept alive by Lowe, and there's the kill for Harper. Harper with 8 now. She leads all players. 23-18, the USC Aiken lead. Pickett back to serve for the Eagles. Walsh for Diedrich. And that one is out. Diedrich trying one more time. That one gets a piece of the net. Pickett was there. Here is Santarelli. Cardona sprawls out for it. Walsh went for the dump, but Lowe was there. They'll try Harper one more time. And with Harper being almost directly in front of us, it looked like that came really off the side of her hand, and it couldn't have been better placed.
Exactly. It almost like a miss hit, but it was just a great shot by her.
A miss hit that's so good, you almost have to assume it was planned that way. 23-20, the USC Aiken lead. Here comes Taylor Stratton.
And there's the kill by Stratton. Just so powerful when she gets on and approaches right. You can't stop that at all.
Yeah, it's just the raw power. 24-20, the lead. So Pacers looking to even this thing up at 1 set apiece. Katie Toman serving for the set. They'll try Harper in the middle. And Harper will keep the Eagles alive for a little bit longer. Serve coming in from Harper. Pacers will go to Tierney. That one is blocked in front as it was Wilson and Fairley combining.
And this right now, Carson Newman knows how to win on the Wingate's home court. They did this just a couple weeks ago against Wingate when they snapped out, I believe, a 51-game winning streak.
See this one for Tierney, no deflection. So a point for the Eagles, and now all of a sudden it's 24-23. Walsh for Hodson. Coming up to get it was Pickett. Santarelli goes across, but Diedrich is there. Diedrich will have one set up from Walsh. Coming up to get it was Lowe. This is Harper off of Tierney and down. And for the second set in a row, we're looking at a 24-all tie.
And Tierney, again, had a piece of the ball, but just is not able to get her whole hand on it, so it goes over, trickles over, and ties the score.
Oh, a big run from Carson Newman late. We're all tied up at 24. Just like in set number one, Carson Newman scoring the last two of that set to take a 26-24 win.
And Carson Newman right now is on a 7-1 run. So, it was a good call for Cox to call timeout right now. Maybe get his kids to regroup a little bit. They're not playing bad at all. They just need to be able to get in position just like they've done all year long.
Eagles right now hitting 207 as a team. Pacers at 113 as the Eagles have really done a good job of just avoiding errors offensively. Just 9 attack errors through nearly 2 full sets. The serve will come in from Harper. Low serve. Cardona got to it right in front of Toman. Here is Diedrich. Back there is Pickett. Low will set it up far side Santarelli, but Walsh is there defensively. Cardona bumps it up for Diedrich. Getting to it, though, was Pickett. Pushed forward Harper. Santarelli blocked in front. Harper tries again. Toman there on the back line. Dump for the corner. It's Walsh.
I'm almost speechless of that because I'm so caught up in the match, but to see Walsh come up and you think she's going to set it across, and she sits there and shoots it deep, you have two Carson Newman players diving back in the corner and can't get it.
And beautiful play from Walsh. So Pacers with a set point here. It's 25-24. Hannah Tierney to serve. Tierney serve received by Harper. Pickett the setup for Wilson. And we hadn't really heard from her all set long, but what a time for kill number 7.
And in Carson Newman's time, they're going to go back to Wilson on the slide like that, coming to the outside, hitting it back across court.
25 all. That serve goes just long.
Katie Tillman was not sure if she wanted to play that or not. She's yelling out, and it couldn't have been out by more than an inch or two.
26-25 Pacers. This is Diedrich with the serve. Harper is there. They'll go low side for Fairley, but Toman on the back line defends. Thrown in by Hodson. This one set up O'Neal. Cardona got to it. O'Neal, second chance. And we're all tied up at 26. Checking into the match now is Christina Hill. She replaced Santarelli. And all tied at 26. Walsh for Hodson, deflected in front. That was Pickett and O'Neal. And we'll see a timeout taken as Carson Newman on top, 27-26. Looking to take a 2-0 lead here in the opening round at the NCAA Southeast Regional. So Eagles set to serve for the set. It's 27-26. Here in set number 2, Christina Hill will put it in play. Walsh for Johnson. There's Allie Johnson.
Just being able to go back to that left side, just we talked about earlier, where she hit to the right side, opens back up the left side for where she likes to go.
Hodson back to serve, all tied up at 27. Eagles looking for Fairley, and she put it on the line. Again, this time Fairley will serve for the set. Cardona played a long one, and it's out. So Carson Newman takes set number 2, 29-27.
A little bit of a shock there where you thought Cardona was going to let it go, and she wasn't sure if not, because you don't want it to go right next to you and drop for the ace. But at the same point, if you think it's out, you've been playing this match for your whole life. So why not go ahead and just trust your instincts and let it go?
Well, and at the same time, I think probably the last point had something to do with it too. One that was right on the line that was let go,
right, that
turned out to be a point for the Eagles. So that perhaps in the back of the mind. But it's a 2-0 lead here for Carson Newman. And we haven't had a set stop at 25 yet. It's been 26-24 and 29-27.
And USC Aikens trailed by scores of 2-0 only 2 other times this season. And that was against Wingate in the season opening tournament and actually against Palm Beach Atlantic the following weekend. They lost both of them. But the last time USC Aikens trailed 2-0 and came back and won was last season at Lander on October 16th. They were down 2-0. Came back and won that in 5. So this team is capable of doing it. Last year, and then when they played against Lander, in the 5th set, instead of scoring 15 points, it was a 21-19 game, which in the NCAA tournament, you can almost throw out all the seats and just let them play because any team can beat anybody in the region.
We even talk about that in the Peach Belt Conference tournament as well. So a couple of chances for the Pacers to come back from down 2-0 this year. Did not follow through on Wingate, obviously the number 1 team in the region. And Palm Beach Atlantic, a team that still hasn't dropped a set in the Convocation Center in a couple of years of coming to the USC Aiken Volleyball Invitational.
And really one of the best teams in the nation.
Yeah, Palm Beach Atlantic is a team that every time that we've seen them there, it's been 3-0, and those set scores haven't been very close either.
They're usually the 2nd, 3rd, 4th match of the day. And at the Invitational, lots of times we'll run behind because of matches like this that are going on right now. But when they're playing,
they get you back on schedule.
Exactly.
You have a few sets out there that are maybe 25-8s and 25-10s, and you're rolling along pretty quickly. And then by the time the last match of the day rolls around, you're close to being on schedule. Unless, of course, there's a leak in the roof on the other court, and
which is a little bit of delay, which happened this year. I mean, about a 45-minute delay. But that type of stuff happens.
So Palm Beach Atlantic did good work trying to get us back on schedule, but the rain had other ideas. But so, yeah, a couple opportunities then for the Pacers. They've seen 2-0 before, haven't come back from it yet this year, but this is a Pacer team this year that's achieved so many firsts anyway.
Right. And, and you hate to talk about it, at some point, Walsh and Tierney's careers are going to come to an end in the next few weeks, hopefully in Louisville. But at the same point, everyone else on the team is back, and they have, Ashley Lind, who's been injured and out for the season, who's dynamic last year when she came on in the second part of the season. So you're talking about a team that's not just going to be a one-hit wonder, but they're going to be around to stay for the next few years.
Man, right now standing at the front line with Tierney are 2 big reasons why this team isn't going anywhere for a while. Ashley Diedrich and Taylor Stratton. Diedrich with 1 more year, Stratton with 2 more.
And coming into this match, the two have combined for almost 700 kills between the two. And you're looking about these 2 kids are going to be able to both reach 1,000 kills, in the first couple of matches of next year.
We'll see the 3rd set open up with an ace from Sheila Walsh. So a good start to set number 3 for the Pacers. Walsh is somebody you like having back there to serve. Wilson, though, ties it right back up at 1.
And right now, it doesn't look like USC again has an answer for Wilson. She's coming across on the slide like that.
Serve coming in from Pickett. Pacers play at that one behind Tierney. Nearly got away with it. Diedrich with a chance to dunk that one. Somehow kept alive. Santarelli ended up throwing that over, and there's the ball left in the net in front.
Hudson's first reaction is to save that ball where it could have been out of bounds, but at the same point, you don't want to take a chance.
That one, a strong kill from Stratton, getting one back there.
And especially after hitting into the net just a moment before, coming over from the other side, being able to take it across court is something that she loves to do when she has an outside approach like that.
Katie Toman serve. We're all tied at 2. Wilson again, but Toman there on the back line. Walsh will set this up for Julia Forster. Welcome to the match.
Exactly. This match, we've seen Alicia Hines step in there to start the match or start the set, and Forster came in. She didn't play her best game in the last match against Flagler in the tournament, but she had a good week of practice so far.
This one in the middle. Harper, that one nearly into the ceiling. And the Pacers attempting to keep that alive, send it wide. So back even again at 3s. Walsh on the dump.
And that's a great job by Toman on the service receive, where she's had a couple issues before with that lone line drive. Was able to play the ball right to Walsh for the perfect set and dump over to the other side.
Yeah, the last few times that Harper's been back there to serve, Toman has done a much better job receiving it. I think she just had to see it a couple times. But everything that's come off of Harper's hand almost has had that same trajectory. Very tricky.
See, right there, Wilson goes to attack the ball. Sheila Walsh is on the backside, being able to be in great position for the dig, but at the same point, it's just so far out of bounds. I mean, that's a great thing for USC Aiken.
You take advantage of any miss from Wilson you can get, as there have not been many of them here today. Far side for Fairley, and that one is out.
And you see the raw emotion right now from the Pacers. This is the type of emotion that we expected from the get-go, but I think jitters played the first part in this first set. And it's been tough for USC Aiken. I mean, they're a young team, and they only got 2 seniors, but at the same point, they're coming through and playing like they know how to play.
Leading 6-3 right now. Down 2 sets, though. There's another kill for Wilson.
And you have to be able to get a block on her at some point. They thought the ball was going to the middle. You had 2 people there, and so being able to slide over to the left to put the block up against Wilson.
That one from Forster, blocked in front. That was Santarelli that got a piece of it. Diedrich, steep angle. That one pushed across by Harper. Pacers will go Diedrich far. Court left it short.
It was a great idea by Diedrich, but just not enough on it.
See a fight for it at the net. Alicia Hines in there with Kiana O'Neill. Ball on the Carson Newman side now. Fairly, that one blocked by Diedrich.
Is there anything that she can't do?
I haven't seen anything yet. And we even had Ashley Diedrich on triple-double watch last time we saw her play against Flagler, as she had I believe it was at one point 17 kills, 8 digs, and 7 blocks. Had that match gone to
the 4th set, or I believe it was just one more set, she would have had it.
Yeah, had it gone it much further, I think she might have been there. And she'll watch that serve go wide. 8-6 is the Pacer lead. Stratton and Hodson back out on the floor, replacing Toman and Forster, and that's sort of the substitution combo we've grown used to seeing throughout the season.
Exactly, especially as those freshmen have come on and start playing like they're capable of playing and how Cox knew they were going to play.
There's a kill for Hines, and a smile on her face as she knows she got away with one there, as that one took a bit of a hop off of the net cord, just like Hodson's serve just did. Set up O'Neal through the blocks and down.
And the frustrating part for the Pacers is the fact that they're able to get the ball or the hands on Wilson's ball a lot of times, but they just aren't able to smack it back across the net for the block.
That one will stay in the net on the Pacers side.
A little bit of miscommunication right there, where I think Walsh thought she's going to go a little bit higher.
Eagles within one. Here is Hines again. And Hines with another kill. She'll check out as Tierney is back in.
And that's one of the things you can't prepare for. I mean, you've known Tierney, who's been around for years, but Hines brings a different bit of talent to the team.
Let's see, Pacers going over the top, winning the battle at the net there, make it 11-8. Cardona's serve played by Lowe. They'll go far side. Harper. And Tierney gave Stratton a look as if to say, my bad on that one.
It almost looked like it was going to hit the antenna, and so she wasn't ready for it at all.
Pacers on top by 2. The serve to come in from Anderson. Hodson gets it on the back line, eventually gets to Stratton, and she goes up over the top.
And she's able to get up on that because Wilson's block is so high. But that tip throws everything off a little bit.
Walsh's serve, Pacers up by 3, and another kill for Wilson. So that is her 10th. She's hitting 500. Serve goes long.
You see Forster and Toman drop back into the match, with Toman dropping back to serve again.
This is the 23rd match this season in which Wilson has had double-digit kills. As we'll see, that one from Harper went long as she was looking for her 14th of the match, but not to be. Pacers on top 14-10. Pickett for Wilson. Undeflected in front, thrown across. Walsh finding that corner.
And you see right there with Wilson coming over, the block's able to get just a piece of the ball that slows everything down for the back row, and you saw Toman was able to make a great pass over to Walsh.
15-10 the Pacer lead as a timeout is taken. Sheila Walsh on triple-double watch. 8 kills, 7 digs, and 27 assists.
She's also hitting 389. Not a bad outing at all for your first career NCAA tournament match.
And Taylor Stratton, the team leader right now with 9 kills in the match. Ashley Diedrich with 7 to go along with 12 digs. Diedrich also with 4 aces, as the Pacers have 9 in the match. So back in from the timeout. Toman will serve it up. Pacers up by 5, trailing 2-0. And we'll give that one to Harper, so there is number 14. In first round of the NCAA Southeast Regional here at Wingate, the 3-6 matchup. USC Aiken now holding a 15-12 lead in set number 3.
They just crossed up a little bit. She was going to her left, leading in. He's going to go inside, and she can't get back out to the right.
Another serve coming in from Harper, and another tough one to handle. No, 15-13 now.
Her serve is about as tough to handle as at Diedrich's, I think.
That's probably a fair assessment, as Harper has created all kinds of problems with that serve. That one, though, went long.
Two completely different types of servers. Both of them very
similar effect, though.
Exactly.
We'll see Danielle Mercer come in for the Pacers.
She played a great game against Flagler in the Peach Belt Conference tournament.
Tierney serve in play, and there's nothing you can do about Jenna Wilson. Now 11 kills for Wilson. She's hitting 500. Pacers will look for Diedrich. Eagles have to retreat well beyond that back line to keep it in play. Walsh looking for the dump, but Pickett got to it. There's Lowe keeping it alive. Fairley will get the kill, as the Eagles were really just scrambling there, and Fairley found a spot in the middle of the floor. Lowe serves as the Eagles are within one. Here is Forster off the net. They'll try Fairley again, deflected in front. Tierney and Hines, or not Tierney, rather, Diedrich and Hines. Pacers up 2, Diedrich to serve. So we just saw what Harper could do with the serve, and see if Diedrich has an answer. That one, though, got on that downward trajectory too soon. So Christina Hill back there to serve for the Eagles. 17-16, the USC Aiken lead. Hines. And there was a deflection in front, so it's a point for the Pacers.
And it looked like there was not a deflection up here, but you could tell by the trajectory of the ball, it went from spinning to just like a knuckleball.
And it got a lot higher, too, at that. We'll go for Fairley. Hodson there with the defense. And Hines and Walsh both going for the same ball. It ends up out of play.
And Hines says it's her fault. And you leave it for your setter, but at the same point, you want to make sure that you get a hand on the ball.
Walsh will look for Hines, and there's a kill for Alicia Hines.
But when you make a mistake, you come right back and get a kill. It evens it out, so it's a good play by Hines.
So her fourth of the match. Pacers back up by 2. It's 19-17, and Kiana O'Neill got that one right at the apex of her jump and put it away.
The middles for Carson Newman have been impressive today. Hopefully the Pacers can come up with the stop for them in a minute.
Yeah, and checking right back in is Jenna Wilson. Walsh goes for Tierney. And the Eagles couldn't get to it.
And you see that Tierney was making a little bit slower stride out on the side move right there, typical of Allie Johnson, which helped him out a little bit on the play.
Walsh serving with a 20-18 lead. They'll go for Harper again, but Cardona right in place. Stratton tries at the other end, and she's got the kill. We'll see a timeout taken by Carson Newman as the Pacers are on top, 21-18. So that was kill number 10 for Taylor Stratton.
And it seems like every single postseason match last year and this year, in short 2 years, she's thrived in every single one of them. She might have an up and down season here and there, but when it comes to postseason, this kid really turns it on.
Stratton, obviously, with a decorated AAU career. She was part of a national championship team there.
Along with Ashley Lind and Amanda Bologna.
Yes.
Just the trio had never played together. Then when they were 15 and under, came in and won a national championship. Just an absolute tremendous job. And Cox actually recruited them separately, but then found out that they all knew each other. And it's been a great thing ever since. Bologna hasn't played as much as she did last year right now. But Walsh is also having a career year. Lind has been hurt, but when you have all three of them together again next year, it's going to be difficult for anyone to be able to stop them.
And so, those three obviously having played a lot together, but having enjoyed a lot of postseason success together. And for Stratton especially, that's carried over here into her USC Aiken career.
Exactly.
Walsh will serve it up, 21-18 the lead. Eagles look Harper's way. And it will be a point for the Eagles on a violation. So 15th kill for Harper. She's leading everybody right now. The serve belongs to Pickett. Walsh for Stratton. And that will be a point for the Eagles. It's 21-20. Pacers holding on to the lead. And all tied up on the short serve. As that one just took a funny short hop, and nobody could get it in front. So I have a little bit of floor work done here. The towels are out. Kristen Pickett will get a new ball and serve it in. As Wingate has tied, or not Wingate, rather, Carson Newman has tied it up at 21. Went for the dump for the corner. Walsh has an answer right back, but Fairley got to it. They'll go for Harper. Walsh is there toward the back. Cardona will put this one up for Diedrich. Lowe gets to it. Here comes Harper again.
They caught a net violation on Diedrich over there.
So Carson Newman has surged back ahead. And stunningly, through almost 3 full sets, that was my first Wingate slip up, despite looking at Wingate's name everywhere in this building, on all the championship banners, on the floor, on the scoreboard. So,
which typically you're supposed to cover every single thing in the postseason event, but
they have so many. What can you do?
They might not have sent enough banners to cover up everything.
Well, you can see there are spots on the lower wall where some things are covered. They're about, I don't know, 18 or 19 sheets covering some rectangles up, but you still have dozens more all throughout the building.
And they've typically dominated the sack in just about every single sport, so that's the reason probably for this and not being able to cover everything. I mean, we have 12 banners hanging down from the sides, and then about 20 banners hanging in the back on the sides of the gym.
Back in play, Pickett serving with a 22-21 lead. Walsh will go low side. Diedrich, and that one actually paid off, being a little short.
And it powered her through. I mean, she basically hit the block and it took her right down.
Danielle Mercer back to serve as we're tied at 22 again. Mercer's serve received by Lowe. Pickett sets up Wilson. Mercer there defensively, but it ends up in the net for the Pacers. Carson Newman has surged back ahead, 23-22. Serve coming in from Harper. Mercer receives it. Walsh for Diedrich. Harper there on the back line. Dunked by Tierney.
And the overball like that, Tierney smacks it down and almost hits the girl on the head. I mean, just a great quick reaction instead of letting it go over and try to set up a play.
Tied up at 23s. Tierney will serve.
It's like we've seen this before today.
Well, we've seen ties at 24 in both sets so far. It seems like we're not going to be able to avoid it here in set 3 either. Diedrich keeps that alive near the seats on another strong attempt from Wilson. She'll get another crack at it. And we have a violation. And that will give Carson Newman match point.
They called that on Hines, I believe, but I'm not sure if she touched the net or not.
24-23. Diedrich. That one misses wide, and Carson Newman will take it in 3.
Just a great look, but just a tiny bit wide by Diedrich.
And you won't find a match getting much closer than 26-24, 29-27, 25-23.
And typically, USC can, lost, but they did a tremendous job of getting here at such a young program. And like we talked about earlier, in this NCAA tournament, you can throw out the seeds 1 through 8. It doesn't matter in each region. In basketball last year, we saw, I believe, a number 8 seed.
The number 8 went
to the Elite 8.
Yeah, Tuskegee, coming out of the South region, made it all the way to Evansville.
And so you can see that in every single sport in Division II. It's just a tremendous job by all the teams.
So that will do it for us here from Cuddy Arena in Wingate, North Carolina. The year coming to an end for the Pacers. Leading the way today, Taylor Stratton with 10 kills, not far behind Sheila Walsh and Ashley Diedrich with 8. Monica Cardona, the team leader, with 21 digs. Diedrich with 12 of her own. 32 assists from Sheila Walsh, as Walsh and Tierney cap their Pacer careers here this afternoon.
Outstanding careers, where they both are in the top 5 in career lists, 1 for assists, 1 for total blocks. Just a tremendous job on the court, but even better student athletes and even better people, if that's even possible.
Yeah, they're all over the record books at USC Aiken, and we'll have something fun to keep an eye on involving Hannah Tierney before the school year is over anyway on PacerSports.com.
Absolutely, she went ahead and basically went around. We took something from the University of Florida and has gone around and learned how to play each sport. So different student athletes taught her how to play every sport. So that's going to come out in the spring. It's been a fun time with her, and Sheila Walsh is in there too. So you're going to get to see these kids back on the court a couple more times. It's been outstanding to work with those two.
So with that, the season coming to an end for the Pacers, 21-9 the record. Carson Newman will move on to the semifinals here at the Southeast Regional. They'll await the winner of Armstrong State and Lenore Rhine coming up after this. We'll go ahead and sign off here, though. For Brent Hager, it's Kyle Dawson. We thank you for tuning in for volleyball. Check back with PacerSports.com tomorrow, as we'll be in action at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for men's basketball taking on Elizabeth City State.